Hey guys, so like many of you, I've been spending all of my time in Valheim this past week. I've got almost 69 hours in it so far, and honestly, about 80% of it has been spent on just building, which is what I enjoy the most from these kind of games. And I've got to say, I really do enjoy the building in Valheim. I'm still only at the bronze tier, and I haven't unlocked everything yet, but just seeing how things are going, I'm definitely going to be building in this game for a while. So, I'm going to be recording my progress to see how much I can improve at my building as I progress through the game. So what you see here is actually my second base. My first one was kind of just a mess of different components all tacked together while I was still learning the build mechanics. I'm still learning the intricacies of building, but I'm pretty proud of my progress so far. So, enough with the intro, let's get right down to it. So we'll start with the inner bailey, which is where I started building. So in here we got the longhouse, which is pretty much a barn, and we also got the watchtower, which is going to be the main landmark building in this entire area. So let's take a look at the inside of the barn. So as we're coming through the main doors here, you can see our fireplace, the hearth, got a few workbenches in here, some chests, and this used to be my main operating area until I moved everything out. So now it's just kind of like a nice sitting area. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. So up here we have two rooms, one for me and one for my buddy Fluffy here. Let's take a look at his rooms first. So here we got a nice view of the front and also of the outer bailey there. Moving into the hallway here, you can see we have that roof access hatch from here. It's a little janky, but it works. And here, this is my room. A little lightly furnished with whatever I could afford. And that's me right there, chilling in that chair, looking out at the window with the nice ocean view here. Very nice. Nothing too fancy in here. I actually haven't spent a whole lot of time furnishing this main longhouse. Eventually, one of these days. And coming out through these back doors, we've got our extended balcony that's got that absolutely majestic and beautiful ocean view, especially in the mornings. So the next building that came along is this watchtower. And this is supposed to be one of the big landmark buildings in the area, so I had to make it tall and also learn the hard way about structural integrity. So after many collapsed roofs later, I finally figured out that I should probably use the core wood beams as the main foundation supports. As you can see here, I put in a couple, more than a couple, and it worked out. Fun fact, this bottom area for the tower used to house my smelter, but ever since I moved it out, it's just been a nice empty spot. So, anybody wants to move in, I'll take your numbers anytime. So just a quick walk through the courtyard of the inner bailey. This area actually had a lot of my storage items, a lot of log piles and stone piles here before I cleared them out. But looking so much nicer now. As you can see, some leftover rocks from before. And here we got the gate to the outer bailey here, which we will take a look at next here. So next we got our outer bailey here, and here we got our kitchen, and then we have our smithy. Got a nice little carrot field going, and we got a nice little fermenter shack going as well. So essentially what I did was just extended the outer walls and just kind of let everything else fall into place. So the first thing that sprung up is the kitchen here. I needed that extra space for all that food I've been getting. So here is where I try to start moving away from the Viking style of buildings and more towards like the classic medieval style building. So moving into the inside of the kitchen, we got about 4 campfires going in there. And the terrain manipulation was a little hard in this one, so things are a bit crooked. So out in the back here we got the fermenter kegs, and this is a rather recent addition. It used to house our apiary back here, but you know, the bees weren't happy with it, and you know, you gotta keep them happy, so I moved them elsewhere and replaced it with the mead kegs. So next we got the smithy, and this is the most recent building to spring up here. It's got my charcoal kilns, my smelter, and then the forge, and also my updated workbench. I moved everything in here pretty much. And so there's the smithy, and there's the kitchen, and all that's left in here is our nice little carrot farm. That's all the space we have in here. So lastly, we're just going to do a quick flyby of my defensive structures. So as you can see, I'm only using these one-layered walls and some battlements, because I'm really relying on the terrain manipulation to protect my buildings here. I've seen those troll raids happening on other people's worlds, so that's why I dug a big old moat here to, you know, hopefully protect my buildings from all that. And I got some bridges to help me get across here. So my base is situated on top of this hill, which is a really steep slope on one side. So as you can see, the moat kind of turns into this elevated ground on the slope side. And what ended up happening is I used the moat itself as a path on the slope side and connected it to the top path. So if anybody falls into the moat, no worries. Just go ahead and walk to the end and you'll get out just fine. Now my outer gates can definitely be better, as I found out after a few raids, so I had to put down a few stakes here, and you can see they're doing their job here with all them loot. And over here you see a little Trojan horse that my buddy built in front of my place. Now building this base took a lot of wood, and guys, the deforestation is real, alright? This entire hill used to be completely trees, and look at it now. Amazon Rainforest 2020, you know? Anyway guys, that's it for my quick show and tell for my base. I'm definitely going to be building more in this. I'm going to be building a village or a town just down the hill by the water as soon as I can get my hands on some stone. So, definitely going to be looking forward to making a video for that. Devs, you guys are doing an absolutely amazing job with this game, and you definitely deserve that 3 million sales so far. And with that, thank you guys for letting me share this with you, and I will see you guys next time.